In today's video, we're diving into one of the most intriguing and mysterious figures in the Bible, Melchizedek. He appears briefly in Scripture, yet his story has sparked countless debates and discussions among scholars, theologians, and believers for centuries. Who was he? Why is he so significant in Christian theology? And what makes him stand out as one of the Bible's most fascinating characters? Stick around as we uncover the life, symbolism, and ongoing mystery surrounding Melchizedek. Trust me, this journey is going to be as captivating as it is enlightening. We would like you to do us a favor by taking a moment to subscribe to our channel. This will not only help us to grow, but make us to reach a wider audience. Thanks as you comply. The question now is, who was Melchizedek? Let's start with what the Bible tells us. Melchizedek first appears in Genesis 14:18-20 in a seemingly random but deeply significant encounter with Abraham. He is described as the king of Salem and a priest of the Most High God. Here's how the story goes. After Abraham's victorious battle to rescue his nephew Lot, Melchizedek shows up, bringing bread and wine. He blesses Abraham and declares, "Blessed be Abram by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth." In response, Abraham gives him a tithe, a tenth of everything he had won in battle. That's it. No backstory, no family tree, no explanation of how he became a king and priest. He appears out of nowhere, performs a deeply symbolic act, and then disappears just as quickly. But this brief interaction leaves us with so many questions. Who exactly is this king of Salem? What does his offering of bread and wine mean? And why does Abraham, the father of nations, honor him with a tithe? Melchizedek's name itself adds to the intrigue. It combines two Hebrew words, Melech, king, and Tzedek, righteousness, making him the king of righteousness. And since Salem is often associated with Jerusalem, he is also known as the King of Peace. In ancient times, it was rare for someone to be both a king and a priest. Kings ruled over nations, while priests acted as mediators between humanity and the divine. Yet Melchizedek holds both titles, suggesting he was no ordinary man. Even more fascinating is that he is called a priest of the Most High God, El Elyon in Hebrew. This indicates that he worshipped the one true God long before the establishment of Israel or the Levitical priesthood. How could someone outside of Abraham's lineage hold such a position of spiritual authority? Fast forward to the New Testament, and Melchizedek's name resurfaces in a big way. The book of Hebrews, chapters 5, verse 7, paints him as a precursor to Jesus Christ. The writer describes Jesus as a priest in the order of Melchizedek, contrasting this eternal priesthood with the temporary Levitical priesthood of the Old Testament. The book of Hebrew, further assertion about Melchizedek, state that, unlike the Levitical priests who had to prove their lineage from Aaron, Melchizedek has no recorded genealogy. This lack of a family tree is symbolic of his eternal nature, making him a foreshadowing of Christ. The book of Hebrews also emphasizes that Melchizedek's priesthood is eternal, just like Jesus' role as the ultimate high priest, which many see Melchizedek's offering of bread and wine as a precursor to the Last Supper and the institution of the Eucharist. However, this comparison elevates Melchizedek from a mysterious historical figure to a symbol of Christ's eternal kingship and priesthood. Over the centuries, Melchizedek's mysterious nature has sparked numerous theories about who he really was. Let's explore a few. Some scholars believe Melchizedek was a historical figure, possibly a Canaanite priest-king who worshipped the one true God. Others suggest Melchizedek was a pre-incarnate appearance of Jesus Christ. This theory explains his eternal priesthood and the deep parallels with Christ's mission. While some Jewish traditions view Melchizedek as an angel or a heavenly figure sent by God, Modern scholars sometimes interpret Melchizedek as a literary symbol representing ideals of righteousness, peace, and divine authority. Each theory adds its own layer of fascination, but none fully solves the mystery. Why is Melchizedek significant? Melchizedek's story may be brief, but his impact is enormous. He represents a bridge between the Old and New Testaments, connecting the ancient world of patriarchs and priests to the universal mission of Christ. For Christians, he is a reminder that God's plan for humanity is far greater than we can imagine. He shows that righteousness and peace are eternal ideals, not confined to specific people or times. Today, Melchizedek continues to captivate theologians and believers alike. His name often appears in discussions about the nature of Christ's priesthood, the unity of Scripture, and the mysterious ways God works through history. Some modern interpretations focus on the symbolic aspects of his story. For example, his offering of bread and wine is often seen as a foreshadowing of Christ's sacrifice, emphasizing the timelessness of God's plan for redemption. Melchizedek's story has also influenced art, literature, and worship practices throughout history. Many Christian traditions reference him in prayers and liturgies, celebrating his role as a figure of divine authority and eternal peace. His dual titles of king and priest have inspired countless discussions about the integration of spiritual and earthly leadership. Can a ruler truly govern with righteousness and peace? Melchizedek offers a glimpse of what such leadership might look like. Part of what makes Melchizedek so captivating is how little we know about him. His lack of a backstory invites us to think deeply about faith, authority, and the nature of God. At the same time, his story reassures us that we don't need all the answers to trust in God's plan. Sometimes the mystery itself is a reminder of the vastness and wonder of God's work. So, why does Melchizedek matter to us today? His story challenges us to think about the bigger picture of faith. He reminds us that God's ways are often beyond our understanding, yet always purposeful. Melchizedek also encourages us to seek righteousness and peace in our own lives. Whether you see him as a historical figure, a divine symbol, or a prophetic image of Christ, his story is a call to embrace God's eternal plan. Melchizedek may only appear briefly in the Bible, but his significance is profound. As a king and priest, he represents righteousness, peace, and divine authority. As a foreshadowing of Christ, he connects the Old and New Testaments in a way that transcends time and tradition. His mystery continues to inspire, challenge, and captivate believers, reminding us of the eternal truths that shape our faith. What do you think about Melchizedek? Was he a historical figure, a heavenly being, or something even more profound? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the fascinating mysteries of faith. Thanks for watching, and see you in our next video.